You guys, this is Mrs. Mahan again, and I am posting another video on using the number line. The video I posted before was using a number line when adding, but this time we're going to use a number line when we're subtracting. This week, of course, we're working with 3 to 4 digit numbers. Of course, we're going up to the thousands. So, I'm sorry, excuse me. So, what I always ask the students is which number I'm going to put on the number line, and they always say the larger number, which is correct because we always start with the larger number on the number line. Now, usually when we're adding on the number line, we'll put the number at the beginning of the number line because we're counting forward. But since we're subtracting now, we're going to put it at the end of the number line because we're counting backwards. So we're going to put our larger number, which is 5,328 on the number line. And then with our smaller number, we break it apart. So I'll start off with my ones place. I'll ask the students how many ones do I have in my ones place, and they'll tell me 1. I'll ask how many tens. They'll say 3, and I'll say which equal 30. I'll ask them how many hundreds do I have in my hundreds place. They'll say 2, and I'll say which equal 200. And how many thousands do I have, and they'll say 2, and I'll say which equal 2,000. Okay. So now, before we start, I always ask the students, which place do I start placing on the number line? Which place goes on the number line first? And they always say the higher place, in which this case is the thousands place. So I'll ask them, how many thousands are we going to put on the number line? And they'll say 2. So I'll put 1,000. And then I'll put 2,000. Okay. So now we are subtracting on the number line. So that means we're going to go back 1,000. 5,328 minus 1,000 is 4,328. 4,328 minus 1,000 is 3,328. All right, so we're done with subtracting our thousands place. So I go on and tell them to scratch out that number so we don't have to revisit it, and we'll know which place we go to next, which is our hundreds place. And I'll ask them how many hundreds are we going to put on the number line, and they'll say 2. So I'll put 100. This is the other 100. Now, as you see, our thousands place changed because we were subtracting by the thousands place. Now, our hundreds place number is going to change because we're subtracting from the hundreds place. 3,328 minus 100 is 3,228. Sorry. 3,228. And as you see, our hundreds place is changing now. Okay. Now we have one more 100 to go. 3,228 minus 100 is 3,128. All right. So cross out our hundreds because we're done with subtracting our hundreds place. Now it's time to move on to our tens place. We're going to put 3 tens on the number line. That's 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens. Now our tens place is going to change because we're subtracting by 10 now. 3,128 minus 10 is 3,118. All right, subtracting another 10 would be 3,108. All right. All right. And subtracting another 10 would be 3,098. All right. So we're done with subtracting our 10s. Now we only have one to subtract. 3,098 minus 1 is 3,097, which is our answer.